Alright, my name is Aaron Ward Quick. Before WinCode, I was working as a manager at a cell phone company and studying to be a full stack developer. Now after WinCode, I am one. My app is CryptoMe and I can't wait for you guys to check it out.
Hi, my name is Zannain. Before this, I completed my bachelor's in exercise biology, and I was working with a lot of underserved communities and trying to help them provide preventive health services. And while working with them, I realized that a lot of solutions to preventive health and bringing that to people can be solved with technology. And so I came to WinCode, and I'm hoping to use the skills and approach those problems through software development. And I'm excited for that. And so you can check out my app at CryptoMe.co.
Perfect.
How's everyone doing tonight? Thank you for being here. We're gonna run you through our app. So how many of you guys own cryptocurrency? How many of you guys like to lose money? No. Cool. Well, then this app is for you. So I'm gonna break this graph down very quickly. Basically, if it goes down, you lose money. If it goes up, it's good for you. All right. So what this says is cryptocurrency right now. It changes rapidly, daily, hourly, weekly, and you don't want that, especially if you own a lot of cryptocurrency. And so I'm gonna pass it off to Aaron. He's gonna tell you what our app is gonna help you not lose money.
Alright, so besides being some superstar NBA players, these guys, Steph and Kevin Durant, are very interested in crypto. Alright, and I know you guys probably didn't know that, but Steph personally called me last week and said, look Aaron, I really need something to make sure, even though I'm rich, I don't lose any money when I jump into this cryptocurrency market. And I said, look, I got you. So when I talked to him, I told him, look, CryptoMe is going to rescue you. And I'm going to make sure you make all the money back. So the reason why CryptoMe is great is because, one, users going to have a dashboard where they can view all of their alerts very easily. And it's also very mobile friendly. Secondly, the way that the alerts actually are set up is that a user is going to pick a cryptocurrency. They'll be able to choose either a day value, hour value, or weekly value to track. They'll be able to choose either a max or min value. So in the case of you having cryptocurrency already, you would choose a minimum value so that way you won't lose, it'll tell you to alert yourself so you don't lose any money. And of course, if you're deciding to buy it, it's going to be a value that's higher than your current value. This is a demo of our app. So while I was talking to Steph, I told him about the website. He wanted to jump right in. So he goes ahead and gets himself logged into our user interface here. He's going to go ahead into the actual currency market where he's going to be able to try to check out all the currencies. Now for those not very familiar with crypto, there's a lot of different tokens that are available. What we did was we used the Coinbase API to go ahead and render the ones that we have here. It's about 1,000. So Steph kind of goes through, starts perusing, checking out the different values to kind of see exactly which one he's going to be the most interested in. Once he actually finds and he does the same thing, except this time he sets that max value so he knows exactly when he can go ahead and buy. Now, basically how this will work is, as you can see, Steph, once again, he's checking out a little bit of news on Bitcoin, and bam, that text shoots out and lets him know exactly where his money is at for one of his prior alerts.
Okay, so for building this app, we use a couple APIs. We use CoinMarket API to pull data, all right? And then for the front end, we work with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and we use Bootstrap as to complement the CSS. And for communication, we use Trello and Slack, and for version control, we were passing on using GitHub. And for our framework, we use Ruby on Rails, and the font awesome icons were for some icons that you saw there, they were with font awesome.
And then one of the big challenges that we faced when we first decided to do this application, which was a great idea by Austin as well, was that we wanted to make sure that these alerts were going to get sent out properly. So what we had to do was, of course, use Twilio to actually implement to be able to send those texts, but then also using a Heroku scheduler. Basically how that works is you can set like a value for it to check all the alerts that you have set for your database, and and then eventually it sends out based on whatever time you set. So for us, it's on an hourly because that's the smallest value that we allow users to choose for their alert system.
Future edition. So what we're eventually hoping to do with this is create an options platform, similar to a stock options where you can buy and sell options, but instead of stock, you'd be buying options or selling options for cryptocurrency. And so this is a good way for someone who maybe wants to invest in, looking like they're interested, but they're not sure like, do I really want to go all in or not? And they can kind of get their feet wet and not take on as much financial risk. And so once again, my name is Zannain. Before this, I graduated from University of California, Davis, and I was studying exercise biology. And now, while working there, I worked with a lot of underserved populations, bringing mental health services, and I felt that coding solved a lot of solutions, living in a time where everything's going digital, and it's in WinCode, and I'm really looking forward to using what I've learned here and to address some of those problems.
And I'm Aaron Ward Quick. Before this, I was working as a full-time manager for a cell phone company. I also was going to school full-time to be a software developer. So I was really glad to take this opportunity to join WinCode. I really want to thank Austin and everybody here at WinFam for really pushing us through these 10 weeks and getting me to a point where now I feel comfortable stepping into the market as a developer right now instead of waiting another couple of months until I'm graduating. So thank you, and I'm ready to be a full stack developer.
What type of security did you implement for login, and did you take any extra steps, or were you looking at that?
Yeah, so we use bcrypt to set it up, and so the sessions is protected, and there's a temporary session, and then we also have a persistent user session that is created with the accounts. So that's how we set the encryption, so that there's the cookie the session cookie that's available on the browser, and then it has to match the digest that we store. And if they match, they'll log the user in along with the information. Otherwise, even with just the cookie from the browser, you can't just get in.
With the exchange rates requiring did you have to reformat that data? Did you have to parse it to evaluate it?
So basically, once we actually get the data from the API, we parse it out, and then we use a very nice bootstrap table to kind of put everything together. So we very viewer friendly. That was one of the most important things to us because we want to make sure as a person who maybe is new to cryptocurrency, it's going to be kind of hard for them to discern different values and understand exactly what's going on there. So we felt like if it's visually appealing, it would probably make it the easiest possible for them to use it in any setting.
Just to follow up on that one. So you're actually using the API to call. Did you write an API to call back Coinbase and basically just constantly look at the changes because it can change in a minute, even within that hour?
Yeah, we're actually breaking fairly regularly. Now, the only thing with that, of course, is eventually if you do it too much, it'll time it out. But at this time, because of the fact that we didn't plan for a mass amount of users, it's not that big of an issue. Now, that would be something that we'd have to look at once if we were to end up with 10,000 users all of a sudden. We'd probably have to look at how we scale that out.
And also, maybe I might have misspoke, but we're using CoinMarket's API, not Coinbase's. So right now the values are being calculated based off the percent change that they give to us, and they give us percent change daily, hourly, and weekly. So we're using that and as well as what the min and max that they give us.
Just a quick question.